Okay, so I'll select these again, have them all selected, import selected. There we go, it's importing them. This way they're saved on your computer in iPhoto. Okay, so it's importing them. You might also be able to see your images a lot more clearly and up close, so you'll know which ones are great and which ones are not. I'm just gonna, this is up to you. Would you like to keep the photos on the card or delete them? Normally keeping them is the best idea, but for me, I don't want them again, so I'm just gonna delete them. And so here are my 4 images. What is the easiest thing to do is just on your desktop, I usually make a new folder called Letters. If you just right click on it, you can go to Get Info and you can also change the name right here, name and extension. Letters. Okay. And then all you need to do is you can select these and then drag and drop them in that folder. And so I can hit Command Q to close iPhoto. We're done importing our photos, but now I'm going to show you how to get them into Alphabet Photography. So this is an extremely important way. There's only one way to do this correctly. If you do not follow these steps, it will not work. So the first thing we want to do to double check is we have to double check what this image size is. So I go image, image size, and so the biggest thing to know here is the resolution. So 72 pixels per inch, that's all I need to know. And our grid, I know each one of these squares is 2 inches wide by 3 inches tall. So I'm gonna, actually, the easiest way to open these up is to select these all, right click on it, and then open with Photoshop. Okay, and they'll all pop up in here, and it's going to look very similar to one of our other projects. Okay, you can see here that because I have my rulers on, these images are huge because I had a really high quality setting on the camera. So here, what letter is this? Y, exactly. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click, drag this one off. Okay, then I'm going to go to image, image size. Okay, and so right now, this is the raw image size. So it came out as like 66 inches high, which is bigger than a poster. What I'm going to do is make sure that everything fits the way it should fit. So the resolution is the first thing we change. It's 72, so that's fine. Okay, now the height. Anytime you grab one of these and change it, the other should change too. So I grabbed the height, which is the biggest number, and I changed it to 3, and the width automatically changed to 2. For the most part, this is going to be easy for everybody, but for example, some people, if they change one of these, like the height, to like 3, you might get the width come out to like 2.25, which will not work. So if you get anything other than 3 and 2, when you change it, what you have to do is uncheck this constrained proportions. And for example, if this says like 2.25 and the height is 3, you're gonna have to just change it a bit. We're gonna fudge it. So if you get something like this, when you change one of the height, uncheck constrained proportions and just change it to 2 and then hit OK. Okay, that is extremely important. You'll see here it goes very tiny, and then that's going to scare most people. So what you do is hit Command plus a few times and it goes a lot bigger. Okay, now here's the other really important step. I'm just going to find my document. Okay, Alphabet Photography. Okay, so I now know my letter Y goes right here. I'm going to grab my Move tool, click on this, and I'm going to click and drag the background layer onto my image. There you go. So this image looks like it's the right size. I'm going to put it in there, and it's going to lock into that space. That is how I know I did it perfectly. Okay, there's only one way to do this properly. Some people are going to find out when they drag their image, it's going to go really big and it's not going to fit in here. And generally, it's because you didn't check your resolution. Okay, so make sure everything is okay. And then you just keep doing this with all the other ones. But remember, it comes in here as a layer, and we have to change this layer. So if I click on this, okay, I know this is letter Y. So I'm going to just click on that and change the name of that layer to Y. Because when we go and we have 26 letters, it's going to be near impossible to figure out what is what. So make sure you label that. That's absolutely a must. And now we would just keep dragging and dropping. I'm going to show you the other way that people typically try to do this. Okay, what they do is sometimes they get really lazy and then they just go to image size. I'll change this to whatever, 3, here, 11 by whatever. Actually, constraint proportions. Okay, they'll save it like this, and then they'll drag this over here, and you'll be able to see, oh, okay, it doesn't fit. So what I'm going to do is hit Command T or Control T, and then just resize it like this. And they're going to try to make it work, okay? And it might look like it fits, and they're going to put it in the right spot and hit Enter. But later on, when we get all of our letters in and we move these lines away, you're going to find out that it doesn't fit at all, and it's going to screw up your whole picture. It is so incredibly obvious when people do it the wrong way, so please don't be lazy. Like I said, there's only one way to do this assignment properly, and I'll review that right now with this O. Okay, so you can go to image size, make sure the resolution is 72, then grab the height, change it to 3, and the width should automatically change to 2. Again, if you get some weird number, you can uncheck constraint proportions and manually change it. Then I'll hit OK. It'll go really small here. I'll just hit Command plus, so it's a little bit bigger. Grab the background layer, drop it on, and that's the proper size. All I need to do is put it in the right spot and rename the letter or the layer. Oh, there we go. So now I can just hit save. And I don't need to save these. I can get rid of them. I'm done with them. Don't save this one as well. And I would just repeat that process till everything is filled in. Okay. Other than that, that is step 2. So that should get you to Z, A to Z, and you should be good.